Hi, I'm Christopher Hine, and this week we're going to be talking about Hodoki. So Hodoki are the escaping methods we use in Aikido. It is probably the kind of technical stuff we should focus on the most in Aikido because if we could solve all our Hodoki problems, then we could reposition, we could redistance, we get everything going the way we want it. So if we have problems at Hodoki, that's when we're going to have to do a ton of special techniques and extra stuff that might not work out, especially if the other guy is a lot bigger and stronger than us, which is what we're always accounting for in Aikido. So Hodoki is what we should actually be spending a whole lot of our time focusing on as far as the Kumiuchi goes. So understand the Kumiuchi are all of our struggle methods. They're not natural to Aikido, but they're the methods we have to have in Aikido when we get stuck in a bad position. So Hodoki is one of the sections of that, and this week we're going to be covering all about the Hodoki. So Hodoki is how to break grips. Literally, Japanese means to disentangle, to untie. So I'm trying to disentangle someone from me. They've got me and they're hooked up to me, and how do I get them off of me? Now, if I got them off of me, then I wouldn't have to be worrying about any kind of grappling moves or anything else because I'm free. And once I'm free, I can get about my business. So remember, in Aikido, we're not trying to dominate the other guy. We're simply just trying to get to a position where they can't dominate us. So if we've mastered Hodoki, that means even if they get a hold of us, we can get free really, really quickly. So this week we're going to talk a lot about Hodoki. We're going to start off today with the Do Dori and Kata Dori. So that's a single shoulder grab. I'm going to get Josh over here and we're going to go to work for you guys. All right. So let's talk about Hodoki now from Kata Dori. So Kata Dori is in our Do Dori series. It's going to be the beginning of where they catch me. I'm trying to move around here and he just shot an arm out and he managed to grab me. And how am I going to deal with that? So Josh has grabbed me here in a Kata Dori. So this is a Kata Dori. Now I have a ton of options. Understand that I'm never going to make Hodoki without trying a Taino Hinko as well. So I'm always going to be making Taino Hinko, position variation, when I make Hodoki. So if I just cleared his hand here, he could just grab me again and again and again and again and again. So what I want to do is make a position where it's at least a little more difficult for him to grab me. That's what I'm always working towards. So there is no Hodoki in Aikido without an attempted Taino Hinko at the same time. Okay, so when he's here. Now, what are my basic Hodoki? I'm either going to go to a 45 from this. I'm going to go to a triangle from this. I'm going to go to a 90 from this. I'm going to go Soto Mowari from this. Or I'm going to go Uchi Mowari from this. Now, I'm probably not going to Irimi because unless I make the clear, he's going to stay stuck to me. So while I can do a technical Hodoki this way, and I would accept that on a test from one of my students, it's something we can't necessarily count on because if the grip doesn't break, I'm not going to make the irimi. So those are the basic ideas I'm going to be dealing with. Now, core to Aikido technique is Sankaku Sabaki, the triangle movement. So this movement is super good. Let me have you go to this side so everybody can see real easy. So I'm here like this. When I make a triangle step, I do a lot of good things. I start pulling his hand way over here, which is going to make a little kazushi in him, which is good. So if he stays on to me, so he's getting a little kazushi there. Or he's going to be tempted to let go. So notice Josh didn't like the kazushi, so he just let go here, which is smart. Remember, that's what I want. I don't care about throwing this guy or doing something super awesome to him. All I care about is getting him to let go. So if I leaned and he let go of me, hey, that would be the best thing ever. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm also going to put one hand towards his face. Now, look, I could be hitting him from where I'm worth, and if my life were on the line, I would hit him from where I'm worth. But I'm not expecting to knock him out. All I'm really expecting to do is freeze him in one position, lock him in one position, while I stretch myself out as wide as I possibly can. Now, you see how much room I got? I'm able to really pull away from him here with the triangle. And also, the triangle is now controlling this area of contention. So if you look at our techniques are given birth to the children of positions, you understand from this position now if he continued to try and dismantle this position, we get all kinds of techniques from this. So triangle is one of my tried and true. I'm going to work triangle a lot, and the objective of triangle is just that, to clear and control the area of contention. Another key technique I'm going to use from this is a Soto Mowari, so a turn to the outside. Now, if I just make my turn to the outside like that, I'm probably not going to clear this grab. I might need to do that depending if someone else coming in, if someone's coming on this line. I might need to kind of try and move Josh there so that way he'll defend me against that guy. But I'm also usually going to try some kind of escape when I'm doing that. Now, one of the easiest escapes for this is a Gyaku Yoke or Gyaku Gokyo. So I bring my hand up here like this and I turn out to the outside this way, breaking it free. So as he's grabbing me here, my hands come up and I'm turning to move this wrist out and pop out to the side like this. So that's our Soto Mowari with a Gyaku Gokyo, opposite of Gokyo. So Gokyo goes this way, Gyaku Gokyo tries to make the hand go this way, and I'm lengthening those ligaments so it's harder and harder and harder for him to hold on to me. Okay, now those of course can be kanren together. You can make an adaptation, right? So let's say I try a soto mowari and it doesn't work and he comes around, that will immediately lead me into this triangle, which is really nice. Now, I can also try uchi mowari from this. So I could go to the inside here, this position like this. Now that will again really nicely kanren, right? So meaning, let's say I tried a soto mowari, didn't work. Then I tried a triangle, didn't work. Now I can try uchi mowari here, right? Now what this has done for me is he might let go because he thinks his hand's in a crappy position. That could happen. It also has set him up for nice ikkyos and other setups for the Hodoki. And it's made his grip just generally really weak. So if I pull from here, I might more easily be able to clear my shoulder. So I've put his hand in a worse position while taking care of his desire to improve his position over mine, right? So these three really nicely kanren into each other. There's lots of other ones we have, and if you look online for other material, you'll find more. But the basic three you're going to be using most of the time is either a soto mowari, a triangle, or an uchi mowari. Now, other things that might be done quickly that aren't quite as surefire are things off the 45, right? One of those is kata manuchi. Now, we usually see kata manuchi as a setup for other techniques, but understand that kata manuchi is a Hodoki in and of itself. So if he's grabbing here and I go to the 45 and I just hit this guy in the face, boom, he might pop off of me because I hit him in the face, right? So that is a Hodoki in and of itself. And then of course, as we saw in the techniques video, that if that doesn't work out for me, then the techniques will be born of the new position. So I'm not trying to do that technique or I'm not trying to do the kata manuchi to set up technique. I'm doing a technique because my kata manuchi didn't make Hodoki. So these are the basic three you're going to use. There's lots of other little variations, and if you want to look under our catalog of techniques, you can do that. But those are the basic ideas you're going to do from Kata Dori. Next, tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Ryo Kata Dori and Ushio Ryo Kata Dori and how they relate to this topic and how some are a little bit different than you'll see in Kata Dori. I'm Christopher Hine. Thanks for watching.